We are Dina and Steve, and this is our travelling companion, Yummy. We have finally come to the stage in life where we are now on our ultimate adventure, living full-time in our caravan while exploring this beautiful country of Australia. There's a lot to discover, so we invite you to come along with us and follow our channel, Winging It Down Under.
Well, I'm cranky as buggery at this point in time. I've had a gutful of tipping my bloody jerry cans into a funnel and trying to tip it into the tanks. So I am going to make a pump in a box. So also, we're at Cranky Rock at the moment, which is really good, and that doesn't really make me cranky. So come along, have a look at this episode. We're going to go for a swim. We're going to go up to the lookout, show you the lookout, show you a big rock sitting on top of another rock. So it's going to be magnificent. Come on with us.
Well, Steve's building some sort of pump that we can use to top up our water in the caravan with. He's getting a bit sick of filling up jerry cans with water and topping it up by hand. So while he's doing that, I thought I'd show you around this campsite that we pulled up to yesterday. It's absolutely fantastic. It's one of them campgrounds you mustn't drive past. I'm just checking for snakes. It's a bit snaky. And there's monitors around here as well. But anyway, they're friendly. So yeah, as I was saying, if you come anywhere near Innisfail, check out this place. It's called Cranky Rock Rec Reserve, and there's an amazing waterhole there. So if you're in the area, don't drive past. So we pulled up here yesterday and we paid $20 for a powered site. Now they don't have water hookup, but there are some taps around. Some are drinking water, some isn't drinking water, but the caretaker does prefer you to fill up before you come here. So we filled up at a little town called, I think it's called Warrialda, and we filled up there. It's only about half an hour, not even that, drive. And we used the dump point there, so we've got an empty toilet because there's no dump point here. But the showers, there's good toilets, flushing toilets. There's a little playground here for the kids. So the campground that we are at is right next to the council park area. There's a place there with picnic tables and barbecues and things like that for the general public. And that's where you can access the waterhole. There's a little bit of a walk. We'll show you that a bit later when we go for a swim. We're going to have another swim. So 3 things to bear in mind if you come here. 1 is book in advance, 2, fill up with water, and 3, come with an empty toilet and you'll be laughing. We'll see how Steve's going with this pump. How you going, Steve?
Oh, I had to change the design.
Okay.
Don't have enough 90 degrees, but that's all right. Change it round a bit. I can change it back later if I want.
Did you fix a leak?
Yeah, they just weren't pushed in properly.
Sounds good, Steve. Doing a good job. Right, now we need to go and feed the cockatoo and the galahs.
Right, let's do it.
Hello.
Hello, Cocky. Hello, Cocky. Hello, Cocky.
Hello, Cocky.
Oh, what are you doing in there?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yesterday he was putting his hand out and
Was he?
hitting my finger. You take that. There you go. Is that nice? Here comes your mate. There you go, little fella. This is a bit for you. Aww. Yeah, look. Here's a little bit for you. There you go.
Chooks are all around us here. Chickens everywhere.
He likes it. Oh, Steve, what happened?
Bloody chicken was biting my foot.
Probably had a bit of celery in there or something.
Maybe.
Here,
Morning, folks. So my little project for today is I had a spare pump for the caravan, which I keep as a spare in case our water pump fails. So what I've done is I've decided I'm going to I was going to buy a pump, but I thought, well, I've got a pump sitting there. So I thought I'm going to make a pump in a box. So I have to say it wasn't the most cost-effective way of doing it. It cost me probably about 186 to 190, probably nearly $200 in fittings and bits of hose and stuff like that. But that's okay. If that pump fails in the caravan, I can quite easily just take this pump out, put it in there, and I've still got a spare pump. But in the meantime, I've got a pump that I'll be able to pump water from jerry cans or whatever into the tanks, and I can pump water from the creek, hopefully. You know, if I've got a fresh creek to wash the car. Yeah, so that's my little project for today. So I've got my mad scientist glasses here ready to go, and first thing I'm going to do is the pump. That's the pump here. That's where I'm going to mount it in there. Probably doesn't look like much at the moment, but I'll just turn it up so you can see it in the sun. So there it is there. So that's where it's going to go in that box. And then I've got to wire it up with a Anderson plug, fusible link, and a switch, on-off switch, so that I can obviously turn it on and off. And then I've got to do my plumbing. So I run the plumbing out, and I've got fittings there to do all that. So first job is I've marked the 2 holes here to run my Anderson plug. So my Anderson plug is going to sit. My Anderson plug is going to sit up there like that. Once I drill holes through there, so it'll sit up there on there. So that'll be the Anderson plug. This switch will be sitting on that side.
On the other side of the lid. On
the other side of the lid, sorry. The switch will be sitting on that side. So you'll have the Anderson plug on that side, switch on that side, and then you'll have an inlet coming in one side and an outlet in the other side of there.
It looks expensive, that switch. That's a proper switch.
Yeah, it's a marine switch. Yeah, it was.
It's not like a light switch.
No. It was like I said, just for all these little bits and pieces of hose fittings and stuff that I had to run off this pump, and this bit of hose, and this box was $186 just for that, just for the hose fittings, a little bit of hose, and the box and that switch. So, like I said, I had these things already, so I had a few of these, so I didn't have to buy them.
Anderson plugs.
The Anderson plugs, yeah, I had spare Anderson plugs, so I didn't have to buy that. So anyway, I shall drill my first hole. Right. So in theory, they should go through there like that. Through. Right. Right. So that's just going to sit there like so, and I'll screw that. I'll screw that to the box. That Anderson plug, I'll screw it to there like that. Now I'm going to drill a hole in the top of the box here for that switch to go on. So next stage of our journey. There. All right. There it is. All right. Okay, so this is the finished article after all the mucking around experiments. Basically, what I've done, if Dina brings the camera over here, you'll see that's the pump mounted in there. That's my negative, positive obviously, and fusible linked, and then I've got my Anderson plug here to bring power into it, and then you've got your inlet on this side coming through, pumps it out that side there. So what I'll do is I'll just take this out for a minute out of here and just show you. I'll plug this in, and if we turn the switch on,
Wow.
that's the pressure we've got. That.
That's fantastic,
How good
Steve.
is that? Washing the car in the van.
That's fantastic. Hey?
And being a pressure pump, when you let go of the trigger, the pump stops.
Right.
See the pump's not pumping now?
Yeah, yeah.
Pull the trigger, pump starts
Wow,
pumping.
Steve. It's worth all that trouble. You've spent all morning.
I have spent all morning on it.
And how much money? $189, $200.
Well, probably $200, because I put some of my own fittings
Plus
that I had.
the pump.
Plus the pump, yeah. I already had the pump, so yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this is the cheapest way of doing it, but it just means that I've got one pump doing two things. It can pump, transfer water, wash the car, caravan, whatever, but it also can, if the pump inside the caravan dies, I can just take the pump out of here and it'll just go straight in there. And I've got a spare pump, so I'm never going to be without a
That's
water
fantastic.
pump. So
You won't have to lift those jerry cans again.
no more lifting the jerry cans. I'll drop the hose in there and just pump her out.
That is so good, Steve.
That is good, yeah. I'm pretty
So
happy
good.
about that.
Okay, so
It's pretty simple, really. Just a matter of getting your wires right and working all your where your hoses are going to go and stuff, and how you're going to mount it, really. So that's it. I was going to bring the two outlets up through here, but the problem with that was the hoses are so short. I've got to get another 90-degree fitting because it wouldn't bow enough to get around, and I haven't got any more 90-degree fittings, and they're like $15 each. So for $30, I'll just have them coming out the end. If it annoys me, I'll get some fittings
on the
later.
other side.
Yeah, so I've got them coming out at the end at the moment, as you can see. But they were going to be coming out of these two holes here. But it just, I couldn't get it to work, so that's okay. But anyway, it's easy. So now I'll just pump, what I'll do now is I'll swap them over, and I'll just pump that water back into the tank that I just pumped, because I just pumped that water out of the tank. So just
Right.
put this pump, it's the in, that's going in there, put that back on there, open the gate and turn the switch, and that'll just pump all that water back into the tank that I just pumped out.
Very good.
A lot quicker than tipping it with a funnel.
Yep. Right, well once again it's absolutely boiling hot, probably late 30s.
Yeah. And
So-
what is it? It's bloody 3 o'clock or something.
3 o'clock. So we're going to take you guys down to the water hole to have a look.
And up to the lookout.
And to the lookout. It's absolutely stunning. It's time for a swim now. It's called Cranky Rock.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I'm getting cranky with all this heat. I've had a gutful of it.
Yeah, Steve's cranky, that's for sure.
Too much.
It's only a short walk from the campground,
Yeah.
a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Easy.
So first of all you have to go over this suspension bridge.
and it's quite
Quite
springy.
bouncy.
Yeah, quite springy.
There's a little bit of water there, but
yeah.
Nothing to speak of it at the moment.
When we first came down here yesterday, we looked down and went, oh no, that's the swimming hole. There's no water in it.
Yeah,
but you'll see.
We thought we were
that was
disappointed.
The swimming hole. We're disappointed going, oh no, can't go for a swim. Anyway, you'll see the real swimming hole shortly.
It's amazing. I've just seen this plaque up here. It says the history of the enclosure at Cranky Rock. Let's go and see what all that's about. Oh, they've constructed a marsupial-proof fence. That's what that big fence is, Steve.
What is it, Dana?
It's a marsupial-proof fence. Oh. In 1989, the Zoological Parks Board of New South Wales approved the exhibition of native animals, kangaroos and emus in brackets, within the animal closure. 1993 saw a boost in animal numbers when Mrs. Lowe donated 3 emus and 2 eastern grey kangaroos to Cranky Rock. In 2008, the animal closure was found to be unviable as a result of the onerous legislative requirements for the management of the animals. Some of the animals were rehomed and the remaining animals escaped, but this is another story. The descendants can still be found roaming around the reserve. The enclosure fencing is still in place. The gate remains open for the native animals to graze. The remainder of the reserve is unfenced land.
Look at that rock. Just sitting up there.
Looking forward to this swim.
Me too. I reckon it's bloody 37, 38 degrees here at the moment.
That is a magnificent waterhole down there. And we're just about to go in for a swim. So the reason why it's called Cranky Rock, I'm just reading this plaque here. A cranky Chinese man murdered a Warrialda woman, and Warrialda's just the next little town not far from here. He was chased by the police and evaded capture by leaping to his death from the high rock. The tale claims that Cranky Rock received its name from the Chinese. So that's a little story there about Cranky Rock. And here we are. Can't get much better than that.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yep. How's the water?
Oh, it's really warm on top. It's quite cold down deep though.
Okay.
But it's warm on top.
Yeah. This is a real little hidden away spot, isn't it? I'm glad we came here.
I'm standing up here.
Yeah. Wow.
And it actually drops off. It goes deeper.
That's quite deep, eh?
Yeah.
Fantastic. G'day everyone. Well, we've left our beautiful camp spot at Cranky Rock and we've just come into the little town called Warrialda to use the dump point. And have a look at this. We've got a big old R2D2 here, but it's called R2B2. Apparently Warrialda means place of wild honey. Developed by the Warrialda High School for the 2022 Be Creative Challenge. That's funny. Wasn't expecting that right near the dump point. Well, that's it for this episode at Cranky Rock. Steve got a little bit cranky, but that's okay. If you like the episode, give us a thumbs up. And as always, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed.
And join us. We're going to head to a little place called Bingara, which was recommended to us by some other campers. Follow us along and have a look at it.
A campsite by the river.
Campsite right by the river, like
Yeah.
10 metres away from the river, and you can just go in and have a swim.
All
Except
right.
we didn't. It was too bloody cold.
All right, we'll see you there.
Righto, see ya.